Hey everyone, Dr. David Miller here, nutrition and diet-focused naturopathic doctor. This week I want to talk about something that I think is really important for everyone out there to know, and it's not just applied to what I do. It's for anyone out there that's heard of a naturopath and thinks they're contemplating whether they should see a naturopath or not. There's actually a good campaign being put out by the CAND explaining a little bit about what naturopaths are about in a fairly slick way. I think they're doing a good job. But I'm just me, and I'm gonna give it to you in my style, which is pretty direct, because that's the way I do things. So when to see a naturopathic doctor? I would say the answer is probably now or soon. It's sort of you just have to ask yourself a few questions to know whether it's the time or it's an intelligent thing to see a naturopathic doctor, and I just thought I'd go through a bunch of them. One of those questions is, do you want to feel better now? Do you want to feel better? I'd say most people do. It's probably, if the answer is yes, then probably naturopathic medicine has something for you. Do you feel that your health is largely in your control, largely your responsibility, or do you feel like health just happens and it's you just go and do whatever behaviors, habits, and actions you want to do, and some pill will just save you someday when you need it? If you do think in this latter way, where someday you just do what you want and some external force should save you, then it's probably not a good idea. I'd like to sort of relate that to the JFK quote where he says, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." I would ask you to ask yourself that same question. Ask not what your healthcare system can do for you, but what you can do for your healthcare system. If we're going to progress and evolve in terms of healthcare, it's going to have to be a grassroots thing. So we've all got to take responsibility on our shoulders. Another question, do you have a disease or condition that you'd like non-pharmacological treatment for? So non-drugs treatment. Would you like to use acupuncture, safe herbs, nutrition, dietetics, and things like that will likely give you some benefit with very little or no risk at all? If so, it's probably good to see a naturopath. Or you could maybe want to support the pharmacological approach you're taking for your disease or condition. Maybe you're on a beta blocker and you just you have hypertension and anxiety, and there's just things that, although you can't come off the beta blocker like that, there's some things you can do that can perhaps help you. If the answer is yes, I want a complementary approach, then yes, you should see a naturopath. Do you want to decrease the probability of illness and debility so that you're more likely to age gracefully and optimally? I mean, life is crazy. Crazy stuff can happen, but when you see a naturopath, basically you're playing your hand well. So whatever genetics and upbringing and everything you've had, if you see a naturopath, they're gonna give you a better probability, a better chance of doing well and not succumbing to chronic diseases as early or being as debilitated. It's a math game in a way. I know it's not very romantic, but basically you're improving the probability that you're going to feel much better when you see a naturopath. Or do you want to just wait till the wheels fall off? If you're the type who just wants to wait till the wheels fall off, it's not time to see a naturopath. They're not. So you probably heard the old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Some of the old sayings, there's a reason they're still around. There's a lot of truth to that. And another thing you might want to ask yourself is, in this age of information overload, which is overwhelming, it's even overwhelming for some naturopaths, I think, out there. Do you want an efficient, fad-free approach to natural health? And lastly, are you willing to do the work? Because there's some work needed. Because when you're ready to do the work, we're ready to facilitate that change. So keep nourishing, keep moving, keep relaxing. Check out my habits journal. You can download it from my website and get on track with that habits. Take some responsibility. Do the basic stuff first, and it'll save you a lot of time and effort. Keep nourished, moving, relaxing. Okay, till next week.